You get to Tokyo. You need to get to your hotel room, you need to get to the tourist places that you came to see. So how do you get around? And in this video, I want to share with you some information and some helpful tips that will help you just do that when you are in Tokyo. The first tip that I want to share with you is Haneda over Narita. And the reason why I say that, Haneda over Narita, is because Tokyo has two major airports. For you to understand what I mean by that, we need to start with the basics. The capital of Japan, an island on the eastern side of Asia, is Tokyo. Although technically speaking, this whole area is Tokyo as well, when most people think of Tokyo, they don't think of the Tokyo prefecture, but of the greater metropolitan area of Tokyo, kind of like how the state of New York also has the city of New York. So we will do just that as well, since most of the things that you want to visit are in this area. The greater metropolitan area of Tokyo is further divided into different cities. Very popular cities such as Shibuya, Shinjuku, Koto, Toshima, and then those cities are further divided into districts, like the very popular district of Ikebukuro in Toshima City. So just looking at it, it helps to see it almost like a spider web, where the center of the spider web is the Tokyo train station, and everything else circles around it. That's how Tokyo is broken down geographically. And now that you understand that, let me plot the locations of the airports on the map. This is why I say Haneda over Narita. Can you see it? Narita is more than twice the distance from central Tokyo than Haneda. When you have a long flight, you might want to get to your hotel and to resting as soon as possible. And if something goes wrong, like the train system stops and you need to get a taxi anywhere, it is a shorter distance. So it is just a small difference. But both airports are very good, and both have trains that take you directly to the main train station in Tokyo, although the distance between each airport is just something good to consider. As far as hotels go, there are so many options in Tokyo. That's great for you as a visitor, because that means that you can find some very good hotels for a very affordable price. On top of that, Japan prides itself in cleanliness and quality, so even an inexpensive hotel will most likely be very good. I have stayed at Tokyo Inns and Appa hotels for about $50 a night in the middle of Shinjuku, a very popular city for tourists, and they were both very good hotels with everything I needed. Just be aware that Japanese are culturally minimalist, so a hotel room will not be as big as a Western room, but it will have everything you need. As far as transportation goes in Tokyo, you will most likely do most of it by train. There are three common ways of booking your train service. The usual one is by just getting a ticket at a ticket machine or ticket office. The second one is by getting a Suica card, which is a prepaid e-money card. And the third popular option is using the JR Pass, of which I spoke about at length in a previous video. That last option allows you to even book bullet trains with it, but in 2023 they had a price hike, so it would be a good idea for you to do your math and see if it would be worth it for you. Just bear in mind, the average train or subway ticket in Japan is anywhere from 200 to 350 yen. That's about $2 to $3.50. So if you are in Tokyo for a week, the Suica card or just paying at the machine are your best options. You want to know your destination and which is the closest train station there. Wherever you want to go in Tokyo, chances are there is a train station or subway stop near it. From Tokyo, if you are going to further cities such as Kyoto, Osaka, Hiroshima, Kumamoto, Sendai, you can get a ticket for a bullet train ride or get a ticket using the JR Pass. You can also buy a quick flight to an airport in that city. But within each city, most people just use the local trains for day-to-day travel. The way most people travel is this way. They make their way through train to the nearest train station and then walk where they have to go. Yes, there is lots of walking in Japan. You'll get used to it. And also keep in mind that if you decide to move around during rush hour, that's 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. and 5:30 to 7:30 p.m., you will run into a lot of people and get to experience being stuffed in a train like a sardine. Another method is by taking a bus, or you can take a train and then a bus to get to your location. They usually cost about the same. Just know that you will need cash in the form of coins. The buses do have an exchange machine for smaller bills, but it is better if you are prepared and have that money on you ahead of time. The third vehicular method of transportation is taxi. In Japan, you can download the Uber app and other such apps, but you will not find any cars. You will only find taxis. At 1 a.m., the train and bus systems stop running and don't resume operation until about 5 a.m. If you find yourself in that situation because you were partying out late at night, or because you booked your flight to the Narita airport in order to get video of it and came back too late, your only option will be taxi. And just to give you an idea, a taxi ride from Tokyo Station to Shinjuku Station is around $60. Other than hotel and transportation, another expense you will deal with is food. But you can find a good meal for an average price of about $8. You might even find a good meal for a cheaper price than that. And I will explain that in a later video, but for now, around $8 a meal is a good price to keep in mind. So, flight will differ depending on where you are from. Hotels will be anywhere from $40 to $100, and I can attest that for the price of about $50 a night, you can get a pretty good hotel. Transportation will cost you anywhere from $10 to $20 a day by train and or bus, and you can find a pretty good meal for about $8. So as you can see, Tokyo is a very good city to travel to on a budget. Just remember, wherever you are in Japan, be respectful. When on a train or bus, people usually keep to themselves and don't make noises or bother others. Just do the same. Be clean. There are no trash cans in public places, so whatever trash you do bring with you, take it with you back to your hotel or until you find a garbage can. Do all of that and you'll be fine. And there you have it. That's pretty much how it goes. I hope that with this video now you are better prepared to navigate Tokyo and that you can understand the transportation system that they do have. I personally think that their public transportation system is on another level. When you come here and you see the buses and the trains, how smoothly they run, I believe that most people would be impressed and surprised. However, Tokyo is still a major city with a rather large, enormous population, so you are still going to have to deal with a lot of people when you come here in those transportation system. But you can just consider that part of the Tokyo experience. With that said, I hope that you guys now are better prepared to come to Tokyo and to navigate the streets and get to the places that you want to see. So in the next video, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share some information and some places that you can see in Tokyo within 1 week if you do come here.